This is dominating conversations behind the scenes in the NFL right now, my friend. One of the most important names in the Philadelphia Eagles offense is once again at the center of massive rumors. And this time, the comment came directly from a head coach who knows this player better than almost anyone else. We're talking about a wide receiver who has recorded more than 1,000 receiving yards in 4 consecutive seasons, multiple Pro Bowl selections, and contracts worth nearly $200 million. And now the head coach of a rival team has publicly commented about the possibility of having this player on his roster. I'm going to explain exactly what was said, why this topic has suddenly exploded again during the NFL league meetings, and what this could mean for the future of the Eagles. But first, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan and you want to stay updated with every important piece of news about the team, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe right now because this situation could develop quickly over the next few weeks.
Everything started during the NFL's annual league meetings, when coaches and executives talk with the media about the future of their teams. It was in that environment that the name A.J. Brown returned to the center of attention. The Eagles' star wide receiver, who continues to be one of the most important weapons in the team's offense, has frequently been connected to trade rumors during this offseason. And the coach who ended up being asked directly about it was none other than Mike Vrabel, the current head coach of the New England Patriots. To understand why this question even came up, you have to remember the history between the two. Vrabel was the head coach who drafted A.J. Brown when he was leading the Tennessee Titans. At that time, Brown quickly developed into one of the league's most dangerous playmakers, building a strong professional relationship with the coach. That connection led analysts and fans to start speculating about a possible reunion between the two in New England. During the press conference, Vrabel did not directly say that the Patriots are trying to acquire Brown, but what caught attention was the fact that he also did not completely rule out the possibility. According to the coach, the franchise's goal is to strengthen the roster in every possible way. He explained that the organization plans to improve the team through the draft, through free agency, and also through trades. In other words, Vrabel made it clear that any opportunity that helps the team get better will be considered. The question is, does this mean the Patriots are actually trying to trade for A.J. Brown? Or was it simply a diplomatic answer to an inevitable question from the media? That's exactly the interesting part of this story. Because while Vrabel was talking about improving his roster, the Eagles' side was answering the exact same questions. And their message was very direct. Philadelphia head coach Nick Sirianni clearly told reporters that A.J. Brown remains an Eagles player. And general manager Howie Roseman reinforced that same message. When repeatedly asked about the trade rumors involving the wide receiver, Roseman gave a very simple and direct response. A.J. Brown is a member of the Eagles. That answer was repeated several times during the interviews, and that tells us something important. Officially, the organization is not showing any intention of trading the player at this moment. But as often happens in the NFL, reality can sometimes be more complicated than public statements. One of the reasons behind all this speculation involves the financial impact of a potential trade. If the Eagles were to trade Brown before a certain point in the league calendar, the team would have to absorb a massive salary cap hit. Some reports indicate that the dead cap charge could exceed more than $40 million in certain scenarios. That means an immediate trade could be extremely difficult from a financial perspective. In addition, there is also an important historical factor that makes this entire situation even more interesting. The relationship between Mike Vrabel and A.J. Brown began when the coach selected the receiver in the 2019 NFL Draft for the Tennessee Titans. During that period, Brown quickly developed into one of the most physical and productive receivers in the league, and Vrabel himself has mentioned on several occasions that he closely followed the player's growth and maturity throughout his career. That history helps explain why any comment from Vrabel about improving his roster immediately reignites rumors involving Brown. Even without confirming any negotiation, the coach made it clear during the league meetings that the Patriots intend to improve the team through every possible avenue, whether through the draft, free agency, or trades, which naturally keeps the Eagles' wide receiver's name circulating among the biggest speculation stories of this offseason. But there is another important detail in this entire situation. Despite the rumors, A.J. Brown's performance in Philadelphia continues to be extremely productive since arriving to the team in 2022. He has recorded 4 consecutive seasons with more than 1,000 receiving yards. In addition to that, he has earned multiple Pro Bowl selections and has also been recognized as an All-Pro player. Those numbers help explain why he has become such a central piece of the Eagles' offense. We're not talking about an average player here. We're talking about one of the most dominant wide receivers in the NFL over the last several years. So the inevitable question appears, why do these rumors continue to surface? Part of the explanation may be connected to the recent movements of other teams at the wide receiver position. For example, the Patriots made several changes to their receiving group during this offseason. Among those moves was the signing of veteran receiver Romeo Doubs to a 4-year contract, reportedly worth around $68 million. At the same time, the team also released one of its main receivers from the previous season. Those types of roster moves naturally create speculation about additional reinforcements, and when a coach has such a strong history with a specific player, like Vrabel does with Brown, the media immediately starts connecting the dots. Another element fueling the discussion is the shared past between the two. A.J. Brown began his NFL career with the Tennessee Titans, while Mike Vrabel was the head coach of that team. During that period, Brown quickly stood out as one of the most physical and explosive receivers in the league. That development under Vrabel created a strong level of mutual respect between the coach and the player. So when Vrabel publicly talks about improving his roster and refusing to rule out any possibility, it's natural for Brown's name to appear in the conversation. But here is an important point that often gets overlooked. Even with all these rumors circulating, the Eagles continue to make it clear that they see A.J. Brown as a very important part of their team. And that makes sense when you look at his impact on the offense. A wide receiver who consistently produces more than 1,000 yards per season, who has already received multiple league honors, and who signed major contracts with the franchise, is not the type of player a team casually trades away. On top of that, Brown is still in the prime of his career, so if a trade were ever seriously considered, it would likely require extremely significant compensation. That brings the question back again, is there any real chance of a trade happening? Right now, everything suggests we are talking far more about speculation than actual negotiations. Vrabel's comments show openness to improving his roster, but they do not confirm any specific discussions involving Brown. From the Eagles' side, the message remains consistent. The team continues to say that the receiver is part of the roster. And until that officially changes, any scenario involving a trade remains purely hypothetical, but in the NFL, especially during the offseason, situations can change very quickly. Unexpected trades happen all the time, and when a player with the caliber of A.J. Brown appears in trade rumors, the entire league pays attention. And of course, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel because I'll be back later with more Philadelphia Eagles news and analysis.